Like today, Akash ji is going to join today.
यस सर, यस सर, सर ज्वाइन
Okay,
करेंगे। हाँ,
okay.
एक
Let
मैम।
me, yeah, let me introduce Debashish first. Okay, then like we'll introduce again Debashish to uh, me Akash ji. Like Debashish has got Debashish he is also working in earlier he worked in Apollo for some time. After that he joined into the CSC. Then he worked for some time there, and he involved in all the implementations in India and outside of India. And he worked as a site IT lead. He worked as IT lead in AMRI for some time in Bhubaneswar. And then again, like he joined back into the Apollo. And now he is leading Bhubaneswar side. He has got vast experience in implementation, and he knew what challenges normally they face on the ground. He has got like a close connect with both close connect from both the sides. He has got experience from the product side, like how we have to implement the product to the in the hospital, and he has got the experience from the hospital side also. Like he moved from product side implementations to hospital side operations. So like he knew both sides of challenges, and he like why I have given material and pharmacy. When he worked earlier, he worked under me in Sutherland health systems, Sutherland healthcare systems. So there, like he used to manage materials and pharmacy module. So I just like I know what depth he has in materials and pharmacy. So I wanted to use him today to explain the SCM and pharmacy modules. Yeah, Debashish, over to you, please. Yeah, let me introduce Debashish ji. Like Mr. Akash ji joined into the call, and Vibha joined. Mr. Akash ji is the uh, uh, he is from the management team. He looks after all SCM related activities in the hospital. Hello, Akash ji. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
You
sir.
are on you are on mute, Akash ji.
Yeah. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good, Akash ji. How are you doing?
Good, good, sir. When we'll see you back in Bhopal?
Whenever you want, sir. Like I'll come.
Yeah. No, sir. आज मेरा today it was my topic. That's why I came in. So
That's what, sir.
Debashish, I take care of the supply chain in the group.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So just आप एक थोड़ा brief कर दीजिए कैसे होगा med mantra, because हमने
Mm.
यहाँ पे pharmacy Apollo pharmacy नहीं है. We have a care expert with us for the pharmacy solution. So एक वो aspect भी देखना है कि how the integration between med mantra and care expert pharmacy would be happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debashish, just to give a background, okay, like in Bhopal, like we are going to use Care Expert as a OP, like how we are using in Medics, okay, Lucknow Medics Hospital. Okay, like they are like a norm like Bhopal Hospital wanted to manage the hospital from their side, sorry, manage the pharmacy from their side. That's why like they don't want to use the Apollo in-house solutions in pharmacy. We have got Apollo pharmacy solution, right? That they don't want. They wanted to use their Bhopal since they are going to manage on their own. That's why they are planning to use their pharmacy solution. See, what you have to like how you have to see Devashish here is like when we have connect how we integrated with all data. Okay, how we are integrating with the pharmacy solution from the MedMantra side. Okay, those things you keep those things in mind, and think that like care expert will play that role, like majorly like purchase and all care expert, like all purchases and OP pharmacy will be managed in care expert. Okay, and all patient transactions, patient transactions will be managed from the patient means inpatient, not outpatient. All inpatient medication requests will be managed from the MedMantra side. Okay, you like it's the same structure, only a solution is going to change.
Got it, sir.
Okay, you keep that in mind while explaining to the Akash.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Devashish, over to you.
Okay. So, good afternoon, all. I am Devashish. Sir has already told you. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for the introduction. I'm just sharing my screen.
It's not loaded, Devash. It's loading. Yeah. Okay.
Are you able to view my screen, sir, now?
Yeah, I'm able to see.
Okay, sir. So in MM and pharmacy, first we'll start with the MM, the SCM flow. MM like material management is the first module which we implemented as a part of MedMantra in Apollo Hospital in Chennai. So I'll just show you first the indent flow and second.
I'll one more thing also I'll tell
Yes,
you.
sir.
Like Akash, like it's an independent module. Like if we are ready, he's ready. If solution is ready, he wanted to take it tomorrow only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Go ahead, please.
Much needed, sir. Much needed.
I know that,
Yeah.
sir. You already asked. That's why I'm just telling to Devashish. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Nice, guys. Okay, sir. So we'll just total the presentation will be divided in two parts. First is the indent flow or the store part, and second part I'll show you the purchase one. So first in that indent flow, where the material can be indented by the department or the substore to the main store. This is the flow where the user department will indent the material to the main store. It will go for the approval. And the approval, as it is a very flexible product, you can make approval on value basis, like first approvals, second level approval. So it all based upon your setup only as per your requirement. Then that approval, after approval, the indent will shown in the store, where the store people able to issue it. It can be a partial issue or it can be a complete issue. So and you can use your substitute also. So once the items will reach the user in department, then they'll go for the consumption declaration. And at the time of consumption declaration, the user department can accept all the item, or they can reject if any item or unwanted items received to them. So at that point of time, the return number will get generated, and after getting those items in the main store, they can go for the acknowledgement. So this is a basic flow of indent, and every other hospital, the Apollo also follow the same rule. So, sir, is this clear?
No, Devashish, one thing is like, what do you mean by indent? Okay. Like, are you talking about departmental indent or like a store to department indent?
That it is from user department to the main store.
Correct. You use the like you tell like what this indent type. Okay, so that like it's a like it's you told clearly only, but just I'm trying to add more.
So, so the indent type is like the user department, whenever they require some material into their department, like pen, paper, or anything, they can go for the indent. And it can be the patient indent also, like any items which are going to used in for the patient, they can go for the patient indent. In that the next step is the same only. So for
Devashish, there is a question from Akashji. Yes. Do we have any defined approval matrix? Can we define the approval matrix for the indent cycle? Yeah.
Yes, sir. As I told, it is a very flexible product. So you can do the approval setup as per you. Like if you want, like only their supervisor can approve, that can be possible. If you want,
how many levels of approval we can define? How many levels of approval we can define?
Currently, sir, we have defined 2 level of approval in Apollo Hospital. You can go for that also. You can have 2 levels of approval also.
2 level, and if I want 3
Yes.
level, can we have or not? Is
Yes,
it possible in
yeah.
the system, or
Yes, sir.
you
It's
can
possible
have
in the system.
multiple? You can have multiple levels of approvals, right? That is customizable.
Yes, sir.
I hope Akash ji, like, he clarified your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, Debashish, please.
Sir, okay, this is the flow. So just to show the how the application looks, I have pasted some of the screenshots also here. Then before going to the screenshot, I want to show or tell some salient points about the product in that indent and issue flow. First thing is that this is a feature where you can have the monthly capping on the indent value. Like you can define like one department can indent for this much amount or this much value of item in a month. So that capping is possible. And so there are different color coding for different items, like if it is the hazardous item, if it is CPU item, so you have different colors. So just looking at the item itself, you can able to know whether what type of items you are going to indent. So as I told, there are different prefix for different indent type. First thing is like if it is a department indent, then one CIN number will get generated. And if it is a patient indent, one PMIN will be generated. So this differentiate, it is helpful for the store user, like what type of indent has come to, and they can, whichever is priority, they can go for that one. And in the approval process, it is as I told, it's a very customized approval process. At the time of approval itself, if the approver want to rework the same indent, he can go for he can send it for the rework, so the end user can go for it. Consider somebody has sent some items like 10 or 15 or 100 quantity, which is not justified. Then the approver can send them for the rework. Well, this is really unusual. You can rework and you can resend for the approval. That is the first feature. And the second feature is reassign. Consider any person, any approver wants to recheck it. So he can send that particular indent to someone else for a recheck. So both the option like rework and reassign is possible in the approval process. So in the issue, the user can select the batch as per his wish. The system will automatically show you the batch which are going to expire very soon, but still the user have an option so that he can choose his batch from his own wish. Then the next feature which we have is like frequently used item, or which we call as profiles, where a set of items which can be indent in a single click. This is very helpful whenever whenever the users are indenting for a patient for particular package case. So we have defined so many packages for like CABG or any procedure is there. Just to they have to select the CABG profile, and all the items with quantity can be erased in a single click. And here we are getting two benefits. First thing is the time saving, and second thing is anything considered they are going to forget, or they can multiple indent will be not generated if you use these profiles. The next is role and user-based authorization, like who is able to do the indent, who is going to approve it, on what basis is going to approve it. All these are customizable and all based upon the role and user-based. Then, sir, as I told, this is a very, very customizable approval process. So this is just a look and feel of the product. Sir, Tilliet, any questions?
Sir, go ahead, sir, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Go ahead, but you go a little slow. Okay.
Okay.
Like if like you see, like I don't know, like whether you are able to see the messages or not. I'll stop you whenever I see the questions. Okay.
Sir,
Okay, I'll stop you whenever there
right.
is a questions. Okay,
Right,
right.
sir.
You go on. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So this is the landing page of any department, and this is also based upon what type of user you are. If it is a main store user, you are a purchase user, a store user, or a department user. On basis of that only, this landing screen will appear. Where as I'm a here, the screenshot is for a department user, so he can only see the indent or the issues or the returns which he has made it. But if he's a purchase user, he can see whatever purchase request has been raised, how many POs has been raised, how many GRNs are yet to receive, how many SR to be done. So all this type of role-based homepage is available in the system. Though all these functions also available in the system, here is the in the homepage itself, they can do all this transaction or the main transaction they can do from the homepage itself. And it will give them a clear picture what is happening in their department or the store or in the purchase. Okay. So this is a typical indent screen where you can see that there are two radio buttons are there. One is department, another is patient. So you can do the indent for your own department like pen, paper, or some notepads kind of. And this for patient, whatever patient related items you can do on the same single screen. In that screen, you can see the favorite button wherever I told the profiles. Here in the favorite button, you can go get all these profiles and you can go for the indent. So once this is the indent number has been generated, as this is a department indent, you can see the indent number CIN has been generated. Whenever it is going for a patient request, it will be PMIN, like patient matter indent will be get generated. Once the indent gets generated, the next process is the indent approval. Here, the approver can see the whole indent, what are the items, who was raised at what time, what point of time he has raised. So he can go for his comment and either he can approve, he can send for rework, or he can send for the reassign. Okay. So once the indent got approved, the indent will reach to the issue store where the issuer can see what are the items got indented, and this issue quantity, whatever indent quantity, all automatically get pre-filled. But if the user the issue user can see like how much stock is there in the indented department. So looking at that also, he can change the issue quantity. But because this is a maker and checker option is given in the product, where the store user can ask, was you have a lots of stock already available in your department, why you are asking for the more also. So for that reason, this functionality has been given where both the end user, the issue user can change the issue quantity and he can change the batch also. So once the issue has been done from the issuing store, the same issue will the item will receive by the ND department or the requested department user. They can go for the consumption declaration. Once the consumption declaration has been done, then the stock will move from main store to the requested department. So at the time of consumption declaration only, if any unwanted item has been reached to the end department, they can go for the rejection where the automatically the return number will get generated. So this is the declaration number got generated. And once the return has been done, the same return will show in the issuing store where they have to accept it as a return acknowledgement. And once the return acknowledgement is done, then only the stock will move from the end department to the issuer department or the main store. So this is the return acknowledgement, the number got generated. So this is all about the complete indent flow for which is available in MedMantra. The next flow will be our P2P cycle. So shall I continue, sir?
Excuse me, sir. Is there
Yes.
same store for all Indians? I mean, for clinical or non-clinical?
Pardon? I didn't get you.
Is there same store? मतलब, we can Indian for same store for clinical items or non-clinical item?
Yes. In the same screen only, you can indent both clinical and non-clinical items.
For main store only.
From any main store, or if you are assigned to your parent store as any sub store also, you can indent to that store also. So why I told main store is normally in Apollo, we are going for the main store. But that functionality is also available, you can have your sub store where you can indent to the sub store also.
Okay.
Store to store also we can do, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, store to store
Yes.
and department to store. You can't indent department to department, right?
Yes, sir. Department is not possible. Department to
Correct.
store. Yes.
Department to store, store to store, and the
Yes,
patient to store.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shall I continue, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Continue.
So the next stage, our P2P cycle, normal purchase to procure to pay cycle. Here, this is the normal flow of every other companies where the P2P cycle is starting with the purchase request. The purchase request will either be raised by the department or the store, which will go to the purchase department for procuring. So the flow is like, if it is a new item or this is an old item. If it is a new item, the flow will be like, yes, it will go for the request for quotation. Then the quotation will be received from the vendors. And then the vendor comparison will happen based upon your value and service, the L1 or T1. On the basis of vendor comparison, whichever quotation is suitable, on basis of that quotation only will go for the purchase order. Then when the material received in the store will go for the GRN, we call as good receipt note. Then the GRN will send to the user department or the user store. They can go for the SRV, which is store receipt voucher. Once SRV will be done, the actual stock will get increased. And after SRV, on basis on SRV only, against that PO will go for the invoice. And once the invoice will generated in Apollo, currently those invoice will interface to Oracle for the payment. So in MedMantra, we're going up to invoice. Okay. And if it is an old item, whether this is a RC item or the red contract item, in case of red contract item, we're going for the deliver instruction note, we call as DIN. And if it is not a red contract item, we'll go for the normal purchase order. And same after purchase order, then the GRN, SRV, and the invoice. So this is a typical flow of P2P cycle, and we're following the same process in Apollo Hospital. So there are a few salient points again for this P2P cycle. First thing is the first feature has given ROL or the reorder level based auto peer suggestion by the department. Whenever the stock is going down for any main store or any soft store, system will auto suggest you can go for the peer, and it will suggest the quantity also based upon your ROL. Then we have the option for the service request, and based upon the service request, service order can be generated. Then we have different type of prefix for different PO. If it is a normal PO, one PO number is generated. If it's the capital item, CGO will be generated. If it is a consignment item, CPO will be generated. This prefix has been given to for the useful for the user, whether just looking at the PO itself, they can find out what type of PO is this. Then the next feature is auto fetch of prices from the latest PO. Whenever any item with the old item, when we'll go over the PO from PR, system will auto fetch the latest.
Debashish, I think
Yes,
from your side, other guy also talking. Can you ask him to?
Right, sir.
Yeah, just talk slowly or like go out and talk. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead,
sir.
Devashish.
Okay,
Go ahead.
sir.
Yeah, I just asked that guy to go out
Sir,
and
sir.
talk.
Then the next feature is like user can view the latest PO prices for the items. At the time of raising PO, the user can just click on that item and it will show you the last 10 prices for this particular item so that the user can compare at the same point of time, like what is the value, whether it's going on or going down. And here's an idea like what will be the purchase price. Then preview of PO generate the actual PO. While I'll show that screen, but at the time of generating PO, before generating the actual PO, user can view how the PO looks like. So looking at it, if anything can be able to correct, they'll be going for the correction. Then auto generate of DIN for the RC items. As I told, we are going for delivery instruction note for the rate contract item. So system will automatically raise for the DI and will raise the DIN from the RC items. So user not able to find out, he is not going to search like whatever the RC item or not. System automatically categorize it is RC item or non-RC items. Then the HSN code and tax mapping has been given to avoid the user mistake. So as on base after the GST has come, the HSN code we have mapped the tax. So at the time of raising a PO, whenever user will click the item, it will show you only those tax which is applicable for that particular item. So the mistakes will be less. Then pay term mapping for the MSME vendors. As MSME vendors, they have a pay term like the payment should be within the 45 days. So in that case, we can map the pay term to the MSME vendor at the time of vendor creation. Then CAF approval is we have introduced for the capital goods. At the time of after raising PR for any capital goods, we have to provide the CAF number, which should be approved from the center team. Then auto suggestion of vendor. At the time of raising PO, whenever selected one item, whoever vendors has supplied those items previously, system will suggest only those vendors so that searching of vendor is not required. It is just like just select the item, it will show you just one or two or maximum 3-4 vendors. You have to select that vendor so that it will take your time as less and the user mistake will be less also. The single invoice for multiple PO as we are going for a payment, and we can raise a single invoice for multiple PO so that we don't have to create as many as invoice as the PO value. Then as I told, there are different color code for the CPU item. We have CPU item and non-CPU item. So looking at the item itself, it is have a different color, is a green color. So the user can find out, okay, this is the CPU item. So for the CPU items, we cannot change the rate at the unit level. It has been fixed from the central. Then we have the complete return to vendor flow is a vendor cycle with returnable and non-returnable get pass, where we can return to vendor after the SRV. If it is a returnable get pass, then again after receiving the item against that RGP or returnable get pass, we can do the GRM. So this is the few of the salient points or features available in the product. There are lots more features, but I just want to highlight these points. So now I'll take through the flow with some screenshot. So this is a typical purchase request screen where the department can raise the purchase request to the purchase department. As I told, there are different color codes available to the item so that you can find out what type of item is this. So once purchase request is raised, one PR number will be generated. This is the purchase request number, and the same purchase request will go for the approval. Here you can see the approver can see the whole system, the whole PR at a stretch or at a glance. Again, he can go for approval. Again, he can send it for rework. He can reject it. Once the peer got approved by the approver, it will show in the purchase order or the purchase order screen. So I have shown you the screenshot of a capital good so that the CGO can be generated. So this is the complete purchase order. Okay. Here there are different tabs where you have to select like what will the unit cost. In that item sort description, there is a hyperlink. You can see if you click on that, it will show you the last 10 value of that particular item. Then you have to put the tax, the pay term, and you have to select the vendor. After that, one PO number will got generated. And this is, as I told, this is the capital item. One CGO number has been generated, capital good order. If it is a normal item, one normal PO will get number will come. And if it is a consignment item, CPO number will come. So once the PO got generated, it will go for the approval. Again, based upon the value, you can have multiple approval system for that particular purchase order. And same, the approver can go for the agree. He can go for the, he can send it back for the rework, or he can simply reject it also. So you can see in that screen, the approver can see the total things of a PO at a single point of time, like it is what will the pay term, who has generated, what is the value, what is the tax value or the GST value, and what will the total value. So at a stretch, he can see and he can take a decision. Then once the PO got generated, the vendor will provide the item into the main store or the central receiving store, where they'll go for the GRN or the goods receipt note. At the time of good receipt note, the end user can provide the what are the vendor DC number and what is the batch and expiry of the item, which is mandatory. So once all this detail got filled and the items got verified, the GRN number will get generated and the GRN go for the approval. This is the approval screen for the GRN, and the same process will get followed. All the functions are available for the PRPU. The same is applicable for the GRN also. So after the GRN got generated or the approved, then the end department or the end soft store can go for the store receipt voucher or the SRV. Once the SRV has got generated, the actual stock has entered to the particular department or store and the stock will got increased. This is the SRV number got generated. And the SRV on basis of that PO, once SRV got generated, will go for the invoice. And the same invoice and this with the invoice number with the value will be flown to Oracle or the Oracle Finance for the payment. So this is a complete or typical purchase flow from purchase request to invoice.
Sir, Debashish sir,
Yes, sir.
what will happen in case if it is a rate contract product? You are telling that directly DIN would be made, but in
Yes, sir.
that DIN, will a PO be created?
That DIN itself is a PO. It's a, we're just naming a delivery instruction note, but actually it's a purchase order.
Okay, but it's a purchase order with all
Yes,
the details of the vendor and everything.
everything,
But
sir.
if it's again, for example, if I have two vendors, in that case, what will happen?
That the rate contract, if the item under which rate contract, it will go to that vendor also.
No, if you have two vendors for that rate contract, then
Sir, you have that option to select like to which vendor you can go for it. If the item is under two RCs, if the item is under two RCs, then in that view RC, in that view RC button, sir, it will show you under which RC, whatever you want to select, you can select that rate contract.
Okay, we have to select that rate contract, and over there, then the DIN will be created after selecting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, like that, even in the file DIN also, we need to select the vendors if there are multiple options available. If it is a single one, it will automatically create the DIN.
Yes, sir. If it is single one, it will automatically create the DIN.
It will automatically create the DIN. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. And so this is the normal P2P cycle, sir. And next is your consignment flow. For the consignment items, sir, I think the screen's little bit hedgy, so I'll just read it out. In the consignment flow, as we know,
Do you want to cover consignment now, or like you will relate with the patient? Then like you explain here, like you have a patient. Like this is you're talking about OT consumables only, right?
sir,
Devashish?
yes, sir, exactly. It's a consignment like on behalf of the vendor where having the
Correct.
items. Correct,
You are
correct.
keeping the
Yes,
items.
yes, sir.
Whenever that gets used, that time
It will.
you are raising against patient after and you
Yes, sir.
are billing to the vendor. You are paying to the vendor, right?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Where you like here you added patient flow also here, or you are not added patient flow here?
Added, sir.
Added, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
And I thought like you complete all the store related, then come to consignment flow. It will be easy. It will be clear, I think. Or you are like you go in your flow, no problem. You go in your flow. Yeah.
Sir. No, sir, this is
That
the last one. Okay.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please.
Sir, Sridhar sir,
Yeah, Akash.
in this, I mean, like say for in consignment, the
Hmm.
consignment would be directly billed to the patient. Like what
That's
happens with the consignment?
normally like like I'll give an example of stent. Okay, like you correct me,
Okay,
Debashish, if
yeah.
I'm telling
Yes.
something wrong. Okay.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay,
So,
like stent is the item. Okay, what normally we get is like vendor will keep the stents in our department. We don't count
Done.
that
Yes,
as
sir.
a quantity in hand. Okay, because like we are
Okay.
not paid to that item. Okay, like normally,
Yeah.
like when we deduct that when we add and deduct that stent is like if like when there is a
Hmm.
need from the OT. Okay, when there is a need for a patient in OT, that time OT will raise an indent against patient. Okay, like here, like then like that time only they'll raise a consignment PO. They will raise a consignment
Hmm.
receipt first, then after that they'll
Hmm.
indent, then issue, then
Hmm.
declare. That time it will get added and deducted, and patient will pay, and you will be paying back to the vendor.
Vendor. I mean, like, so
Yeah,
in this case, the PO would be made after the use of the material.
correct.
Yeah. I mean, like, this will happen. I mean, like, after once the material is consumed, then the
Hmm.
purchase order would be made for the vendor. So
Correct,
this is
correct.
something, I mean, like, which is not a routine thing for us. So
That's
once the
right.
material is consumed, then the PO will be raised, and then the whole payment and everything will go on.
Yes. You're exactly right.
Okay.
Until
Okay.
such time, you'll have
Okay.
you'll have items physically in the store, but it will not be counted
Hmm.
as your stock.
As our stock. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yes. Debashish sir, please go ahead.
okay, sir. So just like Sridhar sir has explained very well the scenario. The same thing, sir. It is like the consignment items which are kept on behalf of the vendor. This is the stock of the vendor we are just maintaining. This stock is not counted in my inventory. Okay, sir. So to have the consign, the first is like when the vendor will come and give you the item, but we have to give them some kind of assurance like, yes, we have your stock. So we are creating one consignment entry receipt. And to have the consignment entry receipt, there are two criteria. First thing is the store should be defined that it can have the consignment items, and the item should be marked as consignment item. So in that case, if the both scenario will get satisfied, then you can have the consignment entry receipt. Once the consignment get item will be in your stock. Once the OTs has been done and that particular item got used for that patient, the user department, normally the cath lab or the OT department, they will raise the request for that particular item. And the OT store or cath lab store will issue that item to the asked use department. So at that time of consumption declaration only, the CPR number or the purchase request will auto get generated based upon the consumption declaration quantity. You see? And again, that CPR, then the normal process will follow. The CPR will raise for the purchase order. The CPR number will get generated. Then the item, then we'll go for the GRN and then go for the SRB, and finally the invoice will get generated. So only differentiated is only the item first got used, then we are going for the PO. So this is the typical consignment entry screen. As this, if you can see at the time of consignment entry screen, we can we have to select the vendor. Who is the vendor? What is the item quantity? What is the price? What is the expiry date? So with all these three things after filling, the CER number or the consignment entry receipt number will get generated, and you can the stock will come to our consignment store, but the value will never show in my inventory. You can see only in your consignment store in inventory. So the CER number got generated, and then this is because this is the patient always used by the patient. I showing you the patient material indent screen, where against the patient, this is the IP number, and against that, when that particular item got indented, the number will get generated as the PMIN, patient material indent number. Previously, we have seen it was CIN as a department user, and for a patient, it is the PMIN number will get generated. Then the issue, the name, same flow as issue. Once the issue has been done, then the OT department or the end department has to go for the consumption declarations. So once the consumption declaration is done, you can see the both the number one declaration number plus the CPR. It's a auto PR has been generated, sir. So then next to the same flow, which because the same PO, GR, and SR, the process is same. I didn't put the screenshot, but once the CPR got generated, we can go for the same process for sir. So this includes the complete purchase flow and indent issue flow for material management, sir.
Debashish sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
In this, like for the stunt consignment,
yes, sir.
Like you have say, like for example, if you're going for an ortho one,
Sir. Sir, I'm not able to hear the first.
So yeah. I
okay.
got disconnected. I'm coming back to it. Yeah.
Sir.
So like my question is, say for example, in consignments, you are going to issue the consignments first, right?
No, sir. First, after use, they will go for the indent. Once one indent will raise to the OT store or cath lab store, they will go for the issue.
They will go for the issue. No. So my question is, say for example, which brand, like for example, we will be having consignments of 3-4 brands in our store. At least say 2 of the companies consignment would be there in our store, but which one to issue to the patient, who will decide that, and how it is decided?
Sir, like whatever has been used in the OT for that patient, they are going to indent only that particular brand, sir, because it is already used. Then only the indent is getting raised.
No, I got your point. So, like for example, in my consignment store, there's a material of company A and there's a material of company B.
Correct, sir.
In the consignment store. Now, who will decide that whether the consignment, like company A material to be used or B material to be used?
Surgeon will decide, Akashji. Surgeon.
So surgeon will decide, like he will decide, but obviously surgeon will decide that go with company A or go with company B. I want to know how that gets integrated in this process. Like who would be the person entering that data in the system that please send company A or please send company B material?
How it happens normally, like if you look at OT environment in the hospital, like there only we have a OT store. Okay, like doctor, when patient, like when doctor is planning something for a patient, That time only
Yeah.
he will be in touch with the billing person, will be in touch with the material person. He'll prepare everything. Then only he'll confirms the appointment. Normally here doctor does these things.
Okay, okay. So, mean like the doctor will suggest that take material A or
Correct.
material or company A or company B.
Company B. Like based on
At
that
that
only you will loan the, you will like from the vendors also you'll get the, based on
he
doctor,
will
like
get.
go like if you will get, you will keep the stock.
Okay, okay, okay. And
Actually
mean
like
like say for
yeah,
example,
yeah,
company A material would be a costlier one, say it's an imported one, and company B is an
correct,
Indian local thing. So
correct.
will
Mm.
that get affected? Will that thing get correlated with patient bill somewhere?
It is directly related with the patient bill. Like doctor will ask like same, like if you are going for the knee replacement, then
Yeah.
that time like you have different four kind of material, right? If suppose it is imported one, like he'll
Yeah.
ask patient like will you able to bear, like based on the
Uh,
patient economy condition, he will
uh,
like tell OT store to issue that.
okay, okay, okay. So,
He will check
but
all yeah, it is directly like when you used against patient, like you no need to raise anything like once like OT store issues that item to the OT, like by default it will get added to the your billing. Again, you no need to select anywhere again from the billing side. It will get charged to the billing. Akashi, I think you again dropped. Hello.
Sir, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. So,
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
please go ahead, Anupji.
sir, what would be will do in a security register if I mean a consignment in our hand, but not in our inventory part? So it would be in register mention in entry in security register.
No, like it's not there in your stock, but it's there in against vendor, right? If you are saying vendor wise items, like you can find item wise quantity, you can see there. Like it will not show in your physical stock, but will vendor wise, if when you are seeing vendor wise, you can able to see those stock.
Okay,
You
I
don't need
mean
to maintain any you don't need to maintain any physical registers. Correct,
okay,
no, Debashish?
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
check in check out. I think I mean my question regarding check in and check out. CIOD.
That's what like why we have to have that process in place. Normally, like we are for what we are for, like you go to the, you just go to the process flow slide. Okay, here if you see consignment entry receipt,
Yes.
this is the purpose of this is to check in into the your store. Okay.
Security check in. Okay, sir. Fine,
Security
fine, fine.
check-in. Like we, like I don't know,
Right.
like if you are mentioning physical register or like you are like talking as a check-in as a function in the IT solution.
Check in. Correct,
Okay,
correct, sir.
check-in as a function.
Fine.
Like in your language, check-in means like this is called check-in. When OT store issues that item to the OT, that is a checkout.
Fine. Okay, sir.
Okay, right.
Consignment entry
Akashji, you are
receipt
back.
मिलेगी
Are
ना?
you back, Akashji?
Yes, I'm back, sir. Yeah.
Okay, like you got clarity or
I got the
What?
clarity.
Got
The
it, sir.
only
Got it.
thing
Got
is
it.
that,
yeah,
yeah,
Akashji,
sir,
go ahead, please.
Sridhar sir, in this, I mean, like, what my question was, do
Hmm.
we have some kind of an approval matrix also at the point of indent? Let's say,
Hmm.
for example, like, if we want to have company ABC, so
Hmm.
like, say, if say doctor says A, but if the
Hmm.
billing guy says no, sir, he's not capable of A, he's capable of C, then do we have something over there? So an approval matrix at that point?
Like,
What?
okay, whatever. Sorry, Debashish, you wanted to answer?
No, sir. Scan.
No, like process-wise, Akashji, patient will discuss with doctor only. He doesn't discuss with the billing people. Okay, normally what happens on the
Okay.
ground? Okay, like doctor
Okay.
decides, like he doctor only tells the rate also in the consignment. This thing he will find it from the store, or he
Okay.
already know about those prices. He'll talk and he will tell like which is suit, like based on patient economy and all. Like he'll ask like which one you wanted to go, 15-year life or
Okay.
like 30
Yeah.
years, like that. I'll ask those questions and he'll decide. But anyhow, like we'll let us ask that question to Debashish also. Do we have any approval matrix in the system? Debashish?
Not exactly, sir. For consignment indent, there is no problematic so far because it is as Sridhar sir told, it is already predefined with patient and doctor. In that, because we'll do one financial counseling before any surgery, and normally consignment flow is for the surgery cases. And in that
Yeah.
financial counseling itself, uh, what is the financial condition? What will be the approximate cost that doctor and the financial counsel mutually they have agreed with the patient? This type of stent or this is the uh, like implant. Mainly, we are going to use what is the cost. So there in looking at in that scenario, we don't have an indent approval for this particular consignment flows.
Okay. Okay.
Correct.
Sir.
So please go ahead, sir.
And sir,
Yeah.
with this, my material management
Excuse me.
ends, sir. Yeah. Yes, please.
Sir, I wanted to know what is the process of near expiry?
Madam, as it
Near
told,
it,
yeah, we have a report called as expiry report where it will show you like whatever the items is going to expire very nearly. And as per the process flow of the MedMantra, it is a material management in MedMantra. Whatever is nearest expiry, system will suggest to issue that item first.
okay.
Yes.
So if someone give the wrong medicine to the patient or the department, so this the description error, dispensing error, we can find out on the MedMantra.
Yes, madam. In that pharmacy flow, I'll show you that one. This is already available. This is only for the patient, consumable and kind of stained or implants, those clinical items. But drug wise, next in pharmacy, I'll show you.
Okay, fine.
Devasis, for
Yes.
clinical store management, for any use of barcode scanner and label printer, any process for GRN and how to manage by barcode in material.
Gulab, I already added into our this one recommendations. Okay, like when we have done the site visit, like I have added barcode readers and printers for pharmacy and materials.
Okay, sir.
Okay, like Debashish, where all it gets used, you just explain them so that like they'll try to visualize the things.
Okay, sir. And mainly certain pharmacy, that barcode is extensively used in our hospital. So shall I continue with pharmacy now, sir?
No, you go in your flow, just like whenever
Okay.
that pharmacy comes, like that time you answer that query, Gulab's
Sure,
query. Okay,
Uh,
and wherever like here, like whatever printouts and come like generate from the solution, just you emphasize on it so that like they can visualize like how it actually works. Okay, between store to store, store to department, actually you no need to carry any paper, right?
correct, sir.
Everything you can
Actually,
do everything you can do digitally.
yeah, exactly, sir. So,
That's what. Yeah, you emphasize on it so that like
right, sir.
Akashji also like where we have to, whether we like sometimes we use a paper even not needed, but like let them decide like whether it is like they wanted to use the paper or not. But as per the like as of now what you explained the flows, you don't require any paper anywhere, right?
Yes, sir. It is only for no any approval like physical approval from the unit head or kind of. It is
But
very
like
rarely used, but it's not required at all.
yeah, correct. Like if
Yes.
suppose unit head is okay to use the system, you don't need to use the paper at all.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So with this,
Sorry, Gulab, you have any question? Do you have any question? Any other
No, sir.
question?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, so with this, I have ended the material management. Now we'll go for the pharmacy. So in that pharmacy flow, it's like a prescription will be generated in the system as by the doctor, or it can be by the nurse.
We hold Debashish. Like
Sir.
we'll ask Akashji, like he wanted to cover any other things in the procurement side, from the procurement point of view. Purchase like
So
is very
nothing
important,
much.
Akashji.
Yes.
Purchase like if you wanted to have one
Yeah.
more demo with Debashish by the user, by the HOD of materials. Okay,
Yeah.
like if you wanted to have like what kind of challenges they face, those things you can like process related things you can get more clarity if we like I'll try from the central team, or like I'll ask Debashish to talk with Bhubaneswar materials head to have a demo from
Yeah.
the uh, process side, operational side. So like what we are telling is from IT side, they know like what kind of challenges they face, like when they what are the multiple scenarios they come up and how they accommodate those into the solution. Some things maybe like they are doing manually also. We doesn't know, but whatever is
Yeah.
related to billing, definitely like those things and all are covered as part of solution. That I can
No.
guarantee.
So
Yeah.
like see, it's a paperless thing. First thing is, so
Mm.
like when we'll be going to the payment section,
Mm.
again we don't have payment section in MedMantra. It would be going to Tally. So that integration will happen for the payment between the MedMantra and Tally. Like
Correct,
how
sir.
would the account person making the check would be able
Mm.
to see the GRN and the PO and the material receipt note and the security guard stamp all at one flow? Like for example, if I want to get a payment done of any vendor, so my
Correct.
account team needs a purchase order, he needs a material receipt note, whatever you
Mm.
call a GRN, good receipt note or anything,
Yes.
and he needs to see the security guard stamp. He need to see whether it was entered into the premises or not. So this three things are mandatory for making the
Mhm.
check for him. So how that will happen with MedMantra if you are going with a paperless kind of a system? Otherwise, we need to get everything printed out and then sent to the account department. He'll check it everything manually and then he will get the payment done. So what's the process over there?
Sir, currently in Bhubaneswar, if whatever told is like security gate pass, only only that vendor challan or the receipt delivery challan in that on that only the security signature is there, and rest other everything has been processed to Orafin, because if you have not done the sir GRN, you can't go for the SRB. If you are not going to the SRB, you can't generate the invoice. And once the invoice got generated, that only sir would process. So
No. His question is like maybe we like thing
sir.
is Debashish, what you are saying is accept security gate pass, okay, and vendor challan. What is that vendor challan?
Sir, whenever vendor will give you the item, he will give his one challan copy.
Okay,
Wherever
that he brings
what,
from the his thing. Like okay, he'll bring from
from
his place, right?
yes sir, yes sir.
So
Yeah.
that to accept that too, like what you are saying, like this is a sequence of steps. That is
Right.
understand. Like raising PO, like approving and SRV, then GRN, and then like sorry GRN, then SRV. It will go to the. It will like it will go to the, like from there, like it should integrate with the finance. What you are saying, though that is already integrated with the Orafin,
Sir,
correct?
correct.
It is like against like
So,
if you go and but like they are that is I'm coming to your question, Akash. But in
yeah, so
Bhopal,
that's my
they
challenge.
yeah in Bhopal they use Tally. Okay, they are
Okay.
planning to use Tally. Okay, we have to see like how to integrate with the Tally these things.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that like
that's the main point. Like
mm.
that way,
Otherwise again
eventually
you
go
have
to
to carry the
Orafin, you have
paper.
done that.
Correct.
Papers.
Otherwise, it would be again all the paperwork would be there.
Correct,
Yeah.
sir.
If it is not going automatically to the Tally, then.
Correct. Okay, that
Just,
let us
Sridhar,
like
just
we
check
Thank you,
on
I'll
sir.
it once. Yeah,
Akash, I'll come
check
back to
on it
you
once.
on that. I'll come back to you on
Done,
that. I'll
done.
talk to the back
Yeah,
office corporate team, corporate IT team. And
yeah.
then like they would have like what how they integrated with Vorafin. Maybe like if
Hmm.
all are there, I don't think there is a problem in integrating with the Tally. But anyhow, let me check
Okay,
and confirm on that side.
done, 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 sir. So I'm nearly done. What you said that we'll have one practical demo with the material guy. That would be much
Ah,
better.
that's what I'm
Like
thinking.
we'll do it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, we'll do it
Oh,
one on one later on.
mm.
Let it get
Correct, correct.
implemented, and then we'll do it
Mm,
later on one on one when we would be
mm.
having the training sessions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
in
That's
this
what Akash
overview,
ji.
it's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
correct,
yeah.
correct.
So we'll move ahead. So
Yeah,
please
yeah,
move
please.
ahead with the pharmacy module, sir. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, okay, with this pharmacy model, it is basically the prescription which is raised by the nurse or the doctor, uh, and that prescription will here in Apollo we are following, sir, a PAT approval, prescription audit trial. Why you can have a question is like why if the doctor is raising a prescription, what is the need of the PAT approval? But it sometimes it might be a mistake of the doctor, or the sometimes the nurse are raising on behalf of doctor. They can go for a wrong medication. So to have a maker and checker policy, we have a PAT approval. Those pharmacists who has sit and they will verify it. There might be a drug interaction, there might be a drug food interaction or kind of allergy, so they will verify everything and they will approve that prescription. Once that prescription got approved by the PAT team, it will reach to the pharmacy team, where they can see the in that indent landing page, they can see whatever the prescription got generated, and they can go for the issue. In that case, at the time of issue, they can go for the item or they can go for the substitute, as is a normal pharmacy cycle. After issue, they'll go for the dispatch. The dispatch team, what will do, like one prescription, sorry, the issue got generated. That paper they match, means they'll collect the items, they put in the trolley or polythene, and then in system we call as a dispatch. That's after dispatch only the it will hit the bill, and the pharmacy guy will take those items to the particular whatever nursing ward who has requested those. It will go there and submit those medicines. Once the end user or the nurses they got the medicine, they'll go for the drug receipt. And after the normal course of the treatment, if any medicine got unused, they go for the return, and the returns will be acknowledged by the pharmacy people. So this is the normal prescription cycle in every alternate hospital.
Here, like if you talk about role, prescription will be raised by the doctor or nurse. PAT approval will be done by the prescription audit team. Prescription audit team. This is normally like from the pharmacy team. Issue will be done from the pharmacy team. Dispatch will be done from the pharmacy team. Drug again received by the nurse or nurse. And like if
Return.
suppose like something not what they requested, it is not equal to the what they requested, then like they will return it.
Yes.
If it is like if broken or like it's not in a shape like what they wanted, like they will return it. And then like here like as Devashi said, as soon as you dispatch, like it will add it to the billing, and at the when if you return, like it will go one more entry as a like it will deduct, it will go one more entry to the billing. Okay, and yeah, go on, Devashish.
Okay, sir. So the features which we have in the MedMantra is like you can search the drug in both brand name and generic name. You like materials, we have the favorite quick list for the doctor and nurses. So that if any commonly used medication, they can mark it favorite, and they can at a single click they can use a number of medication at single point of time. Okay, anyway, the single drop code is used in Pan Apollo, but anyway, you are going to use other, so which is not be applicable for you. And at the time of issuing, the person having the radio button where he can go for, he can able to know whether this is a start dose or this is the ICU, the request is came from ICU or a discharge medication, so that he can prioritize the issue, because ICU is more critical and the start dose is then, and they can go for the discharge medication, we can have 10 or 15 minutes late. So to prioritize, we will already have those system placed in the system. Then for the government scheme patient, there another marking is there. So the low paying customer or the government scheme patient, they can differentiate. Okay, this is a normal patient and this is a government scheme patients. So this is a typical prescription screen in MedMantra, where the nurses or the doctor himself, they can indent or they can raise a prescription against that patient. So here we're showing all the details of the patient, including his height, weight, if it is already there in the system, so the doctor can decide what will be the dose for the patient. In that prescription screen, it designed in such a way that how the doctor is writing a prescription is like, I have given the example of Calpol here. It is like Calpol 200 mg, one tablet for twice a day for 5 days, after food or before food. So this is a normal practice of a doctor. So in the system also, it is designed the same way. The nurses or doctor, they no need to count. There are other systems where you need to count like how many tablet or how many capsules you have to indent. But here you have to only select like this Calpol tablet, one quantity, two times a day, or here like frequency 12 hours. So it is 2 times a day. And it is after food or before food or for how many days. So system has the capability to auto calculate like how many tablet or how many capsules, if it is coming in a strip of 10 or strip of 5, automatically how many strips or how many tablet or how many bottle to be indent, automatically system will generate that one.
Same GUI, graphical user interface available on CareExpert, or it's a Apollo Pharmacy user interface GUI?
Okay, Gulab, how it works is like whatever CareExpert is giving, okay, like OP, they will use the CareExpert solution. Okay, like procurement, they'll use the CareExpert solution, but actual patient indents, okay, all patients indents will be used MedMantra only. Okay, because like only like they will push the stock to MedMantra. That interface will be there. CareExpert will push the item stock to MedMantra. Okay, like in the IP store, MedMantra only will be used, and they will issue a MedMantra. They'll issue items from MedMantra solution itself, MedMantra IP solution itself.
Okay,
Full
sir.
procurement and OP solution will be used in the CareExpert.
Okay.
Because like it's tightly integrated with the billing, right? IP side of flow in MedMantra is tightly integrated with billing. If you are not following this one, then like billing will be a difficult.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. So as I told, once prescription got generated, it will it is required an approval from the PAT team. This is the typical screen of a PAT approval, where they will able to see whatever drugs, whatever requested for this patient, and after checking all those things, they will go for the approval. And if they are rejecting it, they have to give a comment what because why they are going to reject it, and those same comments will reflect in the Watts dashboard, so that the doctor, the nurses can able to see, okay, this particular item got rejected by the PAT. Okay. Once the PAT team got they approved that particular prescription, this is the indent landing screen in that pharmacy department or pharmacy store. Here they are able to see all kind of indent requested for all those patients. As it told, there are all different kind of buttons where they can select whether it is a drug request, it's a non-drug request, it is a discharge medication request, it is a start dose, or this is request from ICU. So to prioritize this particular options has been given, and it is given also it is like a normal patient or the government scheme patient or the low paying customers. So once then this is the issue screen. From that indent landing screen only, the pharmacy user can see what are the items they have requested. It is also like auto populate the quantity. They can go for the substitute or the alternate drugs, and they can go for the issue. So once issue is done, then they have to go for the dispatch, and in that after dispatch only it will hit the billing. So once dispatch has been done from the pharmacy end, the pharmacy guy will take those medicine to the requested the requested stores, or the nurses, they have to receive the drug. So
Devashish, here you tell like where you will use barcode reader and sticker printer. Yeah.
Okay. And in that print, we called as pharmacy issue print. That barcode will be there on this paper. You can have a paper, or sometimes they're putting on the polythene itself. And at the time of drug receipt, they can the nurses can scan the barcode, and all the details will come, whatever issued, and they can at a stretch just map with the physical stock or the physical drugs they received. They can use the system and they can submit it or the approve it. So here we are using the barcodes, which is helpful for the nurses.
From the nurse side, like you are not generating any print, right?
No, sir.
You're just nurse is raising the indent, and then like Pat is approving. They are issuing up to that place.
There
like
is
you
no
don't have
paper.
no paper. Like when you are dispatching, that type only you have a paper, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they will like they will pack the medicine and attach that sticker on the pack. Then they'll send to nursing station. Correct. Then nurse will read that sticker, so she can see all the medicines, what they issued, what they dispatched. They're like again they'll enter the, like if suppose they wanted to, they'll check all the medicine, and if they wanted to return anything, they will return and close this one, right?
Correct.
That is the flow. Then like
That's
pharmacist again, like once if suppose there are any returns from the nurse side, again pharmacy acknowledges, right? Once they receive the item back.
Yes, sir. And once pharmacy got acknowledged, then only it will be reduced from the billing.
It will be reduced from the billing. Like it will go as a return.
Correct, sir.
Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, in case of OP billing, like when there is a OP patient, the doctor will write the prescription, and in that case also the medicines, the medicines would be ready for that patient, as per the prescription.
Mega, like now how we integrated internally with the Apollo pharmacies, like once doctor raises the prescription, like we pushed that prescription to the pharmacies. Okay, pharmacy, local pharmacy, that in-house pharmacy in the hospital. So like from there, like they can see the prescription and issue it. Like you are going to use the Care Expert solution for OP patient issues. So
Yes,
like we will be pushing that prescription to the Care Expert solution. So they can see that and issue the medication. That is what they have done in the Lucknow, Mega.
Okay. So the prescription will be pushed from MedMantra to Care Expert solution.
Correct.
And,
Correct. My prescription will be pushed from MedMantra to Care Expert solution.
Okay, got it.
So that like we can like there will not be any leakage. Okay,
Okay,
Devashish,
sir.
go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. The last
Your
is
team member again talking. Just
No,
ask
sir.
him to speak slow.
Sir,
Okay, you just tell him to speak slow.
sir,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
right.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
though it is inside.
Hmm.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, no
Sir.
problem. Carry on.
Okay, this is the last flow where actually we're using alt data for the pharmacy, the pharmacy side. They're using the alt data. We have integrated MedMantra with alt data where the purchase request is raised from MedMantra. Then the PO will be generated from this purchase request, and that PO is going to alt data. That interface has been done. They will they will issue the PO after the issue from all data, that will be interface again back to MedMantra, and where only we have to do the SRV here so that the stock will get increased. So
but then actually, like Akashji, like this flow will come back again on the care expert. Since like we are going to do the integration with the care expert, they're already working in the Apollo Medics Lucknow. We'll come back how exactly it happens with the care expert.
okay, yes, sir. This is what I've shown with all data.
Yeah, I know this.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is like the screen from the all data what we have received. So the PO number has been generated from MedMantra. You can see the PO number is there, and whatever the items has been given by all data. So once the item will reach to the pharmacy store, they'll just match both the things and they'll just go for the post SRP, and the stock will get increased.
Normally, like
Okay.
whenever, yeah. Now, normally, like wherever we use Apollo Pharmacy, then like there they deploy their solution, like to integrate between MedMantra and that Apollo Pharmacy solution. We have like all data is the pharmacy solution. Like there is an integration between MedMantra and all data. Like now we are going to do same integration with the care expert. Flow will be same, but like solution is different. Like now earlier one is Apollo Pharmacy solution. Now we have to integrate with the care expert. But like I also like I'm waiting for IP to happen in Lucknow. Then like we'll get to know like we get the clear details how they integrated with MedMantra. We are going to have one more demo on the pharmacy purchase process. Because we don't do
Sir,
pharmacy purchase
Devashish.
directly in the sorry, go ahead please. Yeah.
Sir, in this,
Yes.
the master data would be stored in MedMantra or in Care Expert.
Care expert.
So MedMantra will be taking the data from Care Expert of the whole. Like you get the master data, like the master file.
Correct.
Okay,
Master and
okay.
stock
So
also.
the master and stock also would be taken from Care Expert, not in MedMantra.
Yeah, correct. Not in MedMantra.
Then how does MedMantra helps in the patient billing of the pharmacy?
That's what I'm telling. How it happens is like we integrate to take the stock from Care Expert to MedMantra. Okay, like we'll get the item stock and plus the price. We'll get it from the Care Expert. Okay, then like whenever like we are like now like go back to the prescription flow. Devashish.
Yes, sir.
Once we get the stock into the MedMantra from Care Expert along with the price, go back to the flow sheet. Yeah. Here, like when nurse is raising, that placeholder will have a Care Expert master. Okay, like nurse will select the items from the Care Expert. So like nurse will select in MedMantra. Nurse will select the items in MedMantra. That items are from Care Expert solution, and our pharmacist will audit that prescription. Issue also like, but this all things will be done in MedMantra on the Care Expert items. Those items like I will take the item plus quantity plus price from the Care Expert.
Yes. Mhm.
That like that integration only Debashi is trying to explain, like what we have currently. Just go to the purchase process slide. Now, how it happened, you don't like this all data, you assume this is a care expert. Akashji, all data, you assume it as a care expert. Okay, like you are raising purchase request from the MedMantra and you will do the purchase order from the MedMantra. Like it is between MedMantra and all data. It is not between vendors and all. Okay, just I am raising, like I'm following the same purchase process so that like those items and items stock and price will come into MedMantra. That's why I'm following the same process. Purchase request, raising purchase order, then like it will go to the care expert, like they will issue. Then I will then like I will receive receive the items. SRV, I'll receive the items. As soon as I receive the items, it will like it will go to the IP store. IP store, like wherever, like if you like like wherever items are there, that stock will get adjusted to those items. If I am raising against IP store, it will go to IP store. If I am raising against OT store, it will go to OT store. Is it? It works like
No,
that
sir.
only, no?
Sir, that's okay. But how about the patient billing? Like the
That's
patient
what.
billing will
No,
go from the
no,
care expert, or will it
no,
go from
no.
the MedMantra?
It will go from MedMantra only.
The patient billing will go from the MedMantra. So
Yes,
MedMantra
yes,
will be taking all the rates of the item from care expert as well as the
yes,
quantity from care expert.
yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Okay. Don't you feel that it would be a duplication of data at two places?
No, duplication, like because like billing, the billing is there in MedMantra, right? Like full flow from nursing to the like how you are getting billed. Like there is a workflow, like from nursing, like they'll raise intent. There is audit team. This and all, like we can't have in care expert, right? Everything. So like again, like nurse has to use the both the systems. Like nurse has to like what is like we should not make complex to nurse like we have other functionalities in MedMantra. It's not, we are not only talking about prescription, right? That's why like nurse will use one system and only like that only like pharmacy team only using two systems. Okay, pharmacy procurement people will use care expert solution, and what like I where like you are issuing items to patient like IP store, OT store, cat store, there and all you are going to use the MedMantra.
So, but like say for example, if I receive my pharmacy in the central store,
Mm.
and from the central store, what I will do is I will do a stock bifurcation. From the central store, I will send some of my medicines to the OPD pharmacy, some medicines
Mm.
to IPD pharmacy, and some
No.
medicines to the OT
So
pharmacy.
here you are not. That's what. When you will send that here in this process, when you receive a purchase order, then only you will send a medicine. Like for OP, you have you will directly send because like that is both are there in care expert. Okay, they like when you receive a purchase from the IP store or OT store, that time cat store, that time only you are going to send a stock to that those departments, those IP related departments.
No, but the stock would be seen in MedMantra or Care Expert. Like where
First,
will be
like
I be able to see the stock?
as soon as you receive the stock, you receive the item, that will be shown in central pharmacy. Okay. Then
Central
like
pharmacy,
now,
yes.
yeah. Okay. Like when I from IP pharmacy, I raised one purchase order for 1,000 items. Then like you will be issuing the 1,000 items from the care expert. That time it will like the 1,000 item stock will be shown in MedMantra.
Okay, but it won't be showing the central stock which is received at the central pharmacy. The MedMantra won't show that stock.
MedMantra doesn't show that stock.
The central store stock it doesn't show, but it shows the IPD stock as well as
Correct.
the
Correct.
OT stock.
IP like
Okay.
like how in our in Apollo, like we have OT, like we keep a stores like OT pharmacy, OT OT and cath pharmacy one, and
Yeah.
likewise IP pharmacy also, emergency pharmacy will be there, IP pharmacy also will be there. So like
Got your point.
so like each store can raise a purchase order. So like whatever stock you are getting, and you have all reports to reconcile the stock also. We are not we don't keep both store related items into the one single store. That's why
But
like
Med
operationally
Mantra
we
cannot.
manage that. Yeah.
Yeah, but Med Mantra cannot monitor the stock level at the central store. That would be done in the Care Expert.
Care Expert
Yeah.
only.
है ना? That
Yes,
would be
yes.
done in Care Expert, not for the
Yes.
central. Say for
Yes, yes.
example, I mean, like then if I have to set the minimum re-level of the order,
that will be in the Care
like
Expert.
say for example, that would be in the Care Expert.
Correct, correct.
But again, whether the data flow is two-way, say for example, if I get 1,000 medicines, which is intended by the IP store, and I from the central store I gave 1,000 medicines to the IP store, and it is kept over there. And in my pharmacy in the central store, I have say 100 piece left out of it after issuing the 1,000 to the IPD pharmacy, and the IPD pharmacy is having a reorder level of say 500 piece. After 500, they will reorder automatically.
Correct.
But from where that this 100 piece that was kept in the store would be considered, so that would be a clash in between. No? So that 100 piece kept in the central store would be something missing then.
No, can you come again, please, Akashi?
I mean, like my minimum order my reorder quantity level, my minimum quantity level, I will order as per my available quantity in my IP store or the OT
Correct.
store.
Correct.
Right, but in that the consideration of the material lying in the central store is not taken now.
Yes, yes. We like because like we are sending purchase order to the central store only, right?
Okay, so you're telling that the Med Mantra won't give a purchase order to the vendor, but it would give
No,
purchase order to the central store. And then the central store will give the purchase order to the vendor.
Correct. We are not, whatever you saw in materials, those flows and all those, like we are not going to send any purchase order to any vendor. Here we are just to take the stock only. We are following this workflow.
This workflow. Got your point.
And one more thing, Debashish, just tell me, like if suppose like I got it out, if suppose like they wanted to return something from Med Mantra to back to central store, like 100 items left over, like it's not getting consumed, then they wanted to return those things. How it works?
Sir, currently that flow is not there.
That flow, like, but like Debashish, like you will create OP outpatient pharmacy and you will send to that, right? No, just check that flow, how it happens currently.
Right, sir.
How it happens, like if there are any leftover, how they are going to send back to the central store or OP pharmacy, both are theirs only. So like if it reaches to OP pharmacy also, it will go to central pharmacy. But if there is any way to send to central pharmacy, just you find out that.
Right, sir.
So what is the criteria of near expiry? I mean, like we have a criteria of 3 months.
3 months.
That before 3 months that we need to send the stock back to the vendor. So that criteria does some kind of a pop-up comes from Med Mantra that these are the items that are going to expire after 3 months, like say 10 days before or 15 days before. Does it give an automated email or something like that?
So there is no automated email, but yes, there is pop-up like this item is going to expire this date. So before 3 months,
pop-up will come on whose screen? Like who would be able to see this pop-up?
So that pharmacy user who is going to issue those items.
The person issuing it.
Yes, sir.
No, the person issuing
the.
Because
wait, Debashish, what we follow, one thing is like we will, like if suppose any item is getting coming to near expiry, first that will come top to issue. Okay, like that is one way of doing it. Second thing, we have a report. Expiry item report.
Yes.
Okay, if you wanted to have a like we can write some alerts saying that these all medicines are going to expire, like those things, like we can write on the report or something, and you can even get the email also.
Yes,
but
sir.
we are not implemented that. In the Apollo,
Okay.
like anyhow, like we are storing expiry date. On top of it, writing logic and sending an email is not
Not an issue.
difficult.
Like it should get notified to some of the senior persons so
Okay.
that like even if the lower level store person, the issuing
Hmm.
person misses it out, then a senior person should have access to it. Like you should have an alert to it that this is getting expired. You get an action on it. That was my point.
No, that
Yeah.
can be that can be accommodated easily, Akash.
Done, sir. Done. And again, sir, we would be needing some practical demo of this integration between Care Expert and the MedMantra. Because
What I
still
do,
there would be
yeah.
some dicey situations in it, I feel.
Correct. Akash, like what I do since like OP is implemented, OP is already implemented in Lucknow. I'll arrange the demo from there. Okay, from the user itself. I'll arrange OP side of
यही है
flow.
सर, हम कहाँ गायब होंगे?
Sir?
Sridhar sir, like by what date the IP module of Care Expert would be implemented in Lucknow?
I'm really sorry, Mega. I have to find it out. I'll find out and let you know, please.
Okay, so as of now, like Care Expert's IP module is implemented nowhere in Apollo, right?
Nowhere in Apollo, yes. It's not
So
implemented
if you want
anywhere
to
in
see
Apollo.
the practical, a practical view, that's not possible.
We have to go to the some other hospital only where they implemented.
Apart from Apollo.
Yeah, outside of Apollo. Yeah, apart from Apollo.
Okay. So in
And
near
they are
But over
even-
there,
future,
it
Lucknow,
would be integrated with MedMantra, na? But
MedMantra, yeah, we want to see
correct.
both the sides of the story, no?
No, if like
Sir,
two
but
things.
you were
Yeah,
telling
sorry.
that that's happening nearly like around 15th of August. Someone was telling that we would be able to view both the OP and IP modules of Care Expert with
That's
MedMantra.
what Mega. I'll find out exactly. I don't know the date by when they committed. I've not spoke with the Lucknow unit head. I'll find out. I'll find out and let you know. I'll find out and let you know, Mega.
Okay. Okay.
Bhabhi, we can even see the integration between MedMantra and Apollo pharmacy software. That will
You
even
can
give
see.
us a help.
That you can
Yeah.
see.
भैया
Even-
वो तो मतलब that's not integration. That's actually their own module.
No, two
It's
different
a
solutions there
module
also.
within MedMantra.
Mega.
अभी वो
There
दोनों
is
अलग-अलग software है.
अलग-अलग software है.
अलग
How you
अलग
are?
है.
अलग है.
But
It's not MedMantra.
but Apollo pharmacy देख के purpose क्या solve होगा?
नहीं Apollo Pharmacy.
अभी समझ तो आएगा.
Yeah, go ahead, please, Akash.
एक भाभी इंटीग्रेशन समझ में आएगा कि MedMantra और फार्मेसी का लेट इट बी अपोलो फार्मेसी सॉफ्टवेयर और लेट इट बी केयर एक्सपर्ट, उसका जो दोनों का इंटीग्रेशन है ना, वो समझना जरूरी है. क्योंकि आधी चीजें हो रही है MedMantra में, जैसे मेरा स्टॉक
हाँ, आधी हो रही है केयर एक्सपर्ट
और मैं परचेज ऑर्डर,
हाँ ना,
आधी केयर एक्सपर्ट में हो रही है. तो मतलब वो एक तरीके से दो नाव पे एक साथ पाव रख के चला रहे हैं.
चल रही है
तो
फार्मेसी
वो
की
बहुत
तरह.
डाइसी होगा. हाँ,
हाँ, वो
इसीलिए तो
कहाँ
बहुत
और उसमें
डाइसी
ना
होगा.
एक्चुअली
इसलिए एक बार
लीकेजेस के चांसेस बहुत हैं.
बहुत बनेंगे और उसमें
हाँ,
क्या होगा,
actually-
डाटा ओवरराइट होगा. मतलब
हाँ, डाटा ओवरराइट होगा, डाटा मिस होगा, मतलब दोनों ही चांसेस हैं.
मिस भी होगा, दोनों चीजें होंगी.
हाँ,
मतलब मेरे
that's-
एक मेडिसिन
exactly.
1000 स्ट्रिप, दैट विल हैपन.
हाँ,
we'll come to this.
No.
We'll come
Akash
to
and
this.
Mega, like
Yeah.
what you do is like you see Apollo, how is it integrated with the Apollo pharmacy solution? Whatever you are talking now is like we are not faced any time in Apollo. So I'm telling practically there will be some instances like very rare, and there is no loss at all.
No, sir, I got your point. Like even I was in discussion with Apollo Pharmacy. So in that, in Apollo Pharmacy software, they have the control of the stock at the OT pharmacy also, as well as the IPD pharmacy also.
Correct.
In their
go ahead.
module. I guess I don't like we won't be having, once we issue from Care Expert, we won't be having that control back with us in the Care Expert to just see my stock at one glance.
Then like what you do better, like
You got
can
my
we
point,
like
huh?
let us have a practical demo from the pharmacy side itself,
Yeah.
so that like we'll get these like we can, anyhow you're planning for the visit right in August, like wherever you are visiting, like I'll arrange the demo over there.
Done.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be great. And sir, I mean, like, second thing is, like,
Yeah.
the Med Mantra doesn't have that master data of all the pharmacy. No.
No, when what we do is like we maintain masters in whatever masters care expert is having, that master we also will have, because like we have to use the same codes and all for the billing. Okay, like I'm using suppose
Okay.
Dolo 650 same name, like whatever care expert using as a name, that only I'm going to put it in the Med Mantra. Same code, same
Med
name.
Mantra. Otherwise, that name. Otherwise, that if any even if
Integration,
a
yeah,
spelling got a
integration will
mistake
have a
or
problem. Yeah, integration will have a problem.
integration
Whenever they
will
are
have a problem.
issuing, I am returning,
Got your point.
it should go to the same
Hmm.
same ID, right? That's why.
Same thing. Yeah. Got your point.
It's not about only item master and item this one. There are like items that is subcategory, category. There are like 30, 40 fields are there. We capture like care expert.
Hmm.
Same like care expert. That's why this
Okay.
integration is tight. Not now, like I'm telling about Apollo example. Like with Apollo, like Apollo, whatever category, subcategory they are using, we are using same in Med Mantra, so that the integration is very tight there. Care expert, I'll talk to unit head, and wherever you go, actually like Delhi or wherever you go, I'll try to arrange a practical demo so that you'll understand how it actually on the real time how it works.
Done, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, Devashish,
Yes,
do you
sir.
have any other things or you are done?
No, sir, I'm done.
Hmm.
Because it was 1 hour time given, so I tried to make it, sir, short.
1.5 hours I have given, right? Not 1 hour, for 3 to
Sir,
4:30.
sir, 15 minutes for question answer, sir.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Any other questions
Please.
or like we are good to close?
Yeah, I think so. We are good to close.
Okay, thank you all for your time. Thank you,
Thank you,
Akashji.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Gayatri.
much.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Devashi sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
all, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks all for your time. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.